we are about to become something brand new, a new species, a new way of perceiving the reality. And that's really what this show is about, is this change in consciousness. Different in how we perceive the very reality around us, what we think the reality is and who we think we are within this. The Mayans say, however, that human consciousness evolution is timed to the cycles of time, similar to how DNA unfolds as it reaches certain chromosomes, and that we are now at this moment approaching a narrow point in time when human evolution speeds up tremendously and makes a jump into a new level of awareness. We become something greater than what is now called human. And then a little less than 2 years ago, the world scientists who observed the Earth's magnetic fields went onto the internet to warn the world. They were given 11 days before the government shut them down and wouldn't let them keep talking, probably because they were afraid that people would be too concerned. What the scientists said was that there were so many anomalies in the Earth's magnetic field that they believed that within 25 years the magnetic fields of the Earth would not only move, it would switch its polarity, meaning that the North Pole would become the South Pole and the opposite. Then about 8 or 9 months ago, these same scientists went back on the internet and made an even stronger warning. They said that the anomalies had become so great that they were expecting the possibility of a magnetic pole shift any minute. What science knows as fact is that about 13,000 years ago, there was a physical pole shift. The pole shift coincided with the other end of where we are right now in the precession of the equinoxes, which would be about 13,000 years ago, exactly on the opposite end of this cycle from where we are right now. They believe that Hudson Bay was the site of the North Pole before this axis shifted. Then a little less than 26,000 years ago, at exactly the very point we happen to be within at this moment in the precession of the equinoxes, the end of time, where we are right now, close to December 21st, 2012, the Earth's physical poles shifted a second time. And if that is not shocking enough, what science knows is that when the Earth's physical axis shifts to a new location, it only takes 20 hours, less than 1 day. This is not the Mayans saying this. This is the scientific world that's documented this. You wake up one morning, and in a single day, your world is completely transformed. But back to the magnetic poles. What science has also noticed is that directly before the Earth's physical pole shift, there is always a magnetic pole shift, followed by a period of no magnetic fields. It is shut down completely. What is now only a theory, because a modern man has never been alive within, modern man anyway, has never witnessed this kind of thing. But this theory is the only theory that comes to really explain how this is possible. If you think about it, the Earth is massive, and that to change the axis of the Earth would require a huge amount of energy.
But let's start like that, just to say it's okay that this feeling come by itself, just let it come. It also goes by itself also. And also it's okay to give permission to be 100% anxious. Sometimes you feel a bit of anxiety, something is already trying to pacify the anxiety. I say, no, bring it on, be 100% anxious. But don't participate in judgment, just stay only as the space in which this anxiety play. This is the most powerful thing. rather than fighting or taking tablets or doing a mantra, just to say, no, it's okay. This feeling of nervousness is here. Sometimes there's a clear reason, some explanation, some messages inside this feeling, and in that moment you can, it's already somehow, you can see what is the cause of it. Sometimes it simply just happens spontaneously. Is it okay to say to yourself, it's okay to feel like this in this moment? Try. It's okay that this feeling is there. You did not create it. It happened like this, a feeling. There's a space inside that is not reacting to anything, but the reactions in the body is felt in that space. Yes. It can happen to anyone. Feeling of nervousness, some anxiety might come, and you will master it. First, by not identifying with it. If you keep on interpreting, oh, this means this and why can't I, then you're going to live life looking from underneath the bed or something. But if you let the feeling be there, like now is a perfect moment. That's why I ask you now, how are you feeling now? You say now these sensations are there, they're there. And I am saying to you, accept them. That for the moment, okay, right now, it's okay to be completely nervous. Many people sitting here where you are will also feel nervous. You see? So you say, but I feel more nervous than them. You can use it, because it means then if you cannot hide it, it has to either go down or out, in or out. So if you cannot hide it, I think the option is already reduced. It has to come out. It have to come out. Because if you learn the skill to hide it, you may never overcome it. And it doesn't necessarily take long to go. But it needs your permission. And the permission is, it's okay. It's okay like this. And if you can admit it, immediately you already start to deconstruct this power. You say to people, I'm sorry, but I tend to get my hands sweat when I'm feeling nervous. Or when I'm in a group, I always feel a little bit uncomfortable. That itself puts people at ease, because it tallies up with themselves also. Many people are quite ill at ease. Even passing another person on the street, they feel, I hope they don't ask me anything. Some people don't want to even ask them directions. They don't want them. So I don't feel it is such a bad thing if you accept it. And it's okay, and in no time it's going to go. I would not ask anybody even to try and be brave. It's not about brave, in fact. It's that is nothing to be afraid of. We imagine so much thing to be afraid of. And some things, they take time. You get accustomed. You put it to the test. Why you should feel nervous is a beautiful person. Why you should feel nervous. When I see only what is beautiful. Not because, oh, I'm afraid to see what is ugly. Ugliness can be there as well, but it's not anything. It is not anything at all. The Supreme Being is looking from behind every eyes. And this is not debatable for me.